So was there something in particular, though, you were wanting to talk about challenge groups, or you just kind of want me to go over what a challenge group is or how I run mine, or? Just thought it would be helpful for new coaches. All right, so challenge groups are the bread and butter of our business. It is how we provide the support part of fitness, nutrition, and support. As a coach, you should always be either participating or running a challenge group. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, the first month that you become a coach, you should apprentice with your upline coach, meaning that you should run the group with them. And then once you feel comfortable and have the customers and the clientele, to branch off and do your own challenge group. People are sometimes intimidated by that because it's like, I don't know what to say, and I don't know how to answer all their questions and stuff. But there are guides in the files of both groups, Inspired Belief and Destined for Greatness, that give you what to say every day, and it's just a copy and paste guide. There are several in there, and they're also in the back office. There are challenge group guides that give you detailed copy and paste what to say each day. The more you run them, the more you learn on what to say, and you can come up with your own content. But otherwise that's all there for you. And as far as answering people's questions, that all comes with time as well. And I don't want anyone to feel that they ever have to know everything, because no one expects you to know everything. But I mean, that gives you a great opportunity to research and learn and grow and, get back to them. Most of the time I run my groups with other coaches, and then that way, they can help me answer questions and, be there for support for the rest of the challengers. Challenge groups are also where every one of my coaches have ever come from. All of my personally signed coaches are organically grown through my challenge groups. So that's the place where you're going to find your team, more than likely. When you see someone in the group supporting everyone and answering questions or stepping up and always being active, that's a sign of a good coach. They're pretty much doing what you do. So that's a good way to, recognize the people who have potential for this business. A lot of the times what I'll do is when someone like that is in my challenge group, I just send them a message and compliment them on, what they're doing that stood out. For example, I really love the way that you support everyone in there. You're always quick to answer. Thank you for participating daily. Things like that. I compliment whatever it is that they're doing that made me recognize them. And then, have you ever considered doing what I do? Have you ever considered being a Beachbody coach? More times than most, they haven't. And it doesn't hurt to ask. So, but yeah, challenge groups that's our work. That's what we go to work every day and do. So does anyone have any questions? Are there new coaches on who've never run their own challenge group? No, everyone's run their own challenge group? Well, I would say this. I have decided that I'm going to go back to a format that I used to do last year. I don't know if you guys run into the same problem, but you have a group that starts, say, February 2nd, and ideally you would have everyone order and get their orders in before that start date so that everybody can start together, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you have people who order in the middle of the month, and it's like, what do you do with those people? They still need a group to be in, but they've already missed the beginning of your group. So what I'm doing what I'm going to be doing from here on is everyone who starts on the day one with me, they, at the end of the 30 days, they will go into a graduates group. All right. Everyone who did not start on the day one will start in the new people group and actually do a day one with me. Even though they're a weekend or 2 weeks in, they will still have the opportunity to get all of the preseason and, beginner stuff. So the people in the graduates group, there'll be more requirements for them. To enter the graduates group, you have to have done your before and after pictures in the beginners group. You have to have completed a full 30 days in the beginners group, and you have to be willing to provide a meal plan each week, and you have to be willing to participate in the weekly challenges. So that's for the graduates group. And then if they're not ready to move into that, they'll go back, they'll stay in the new person group and do another 30 days. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing this year. And then hopefully it'll work out to where everyone will have their orders in and everyone will start, on time. But so that means I'll have 2 groups going always every month. You guys like that idea and not like that idea? Do you want to know what the challenges are? Like in the graduates group, each week there'll be a different challenge. 1 week will be a plank challenge, 1 week will be a squat challenge, 1 week will be a push-up challenge, and then the 4th week, I'm trying to remember what I did. Chelsea, do you remember what we did? It was a squat, a plank.
Wall sit.
Yes, wall sit. And each week, whoever has the highest number or longest time wins a prize. Just something small, Shakeology bag, shaker cup, little things, tank top, socks, whatever. And so, you do that in addition to your plan that you're already doing. That also breeds coaches, because the people who are stepping up and wanting to do more, those are the ones who are usually going to go forward, with the business side of it as well. So that's how I run my challenge groups. Questions?
Hear me? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What do you require with the meal plans? Like, how does that work? Just a full breakfast, lunch, dinner thing, or how do you do that?
Yeah. I want them to be planning out their meals in advance, because I don't stress them showing me their meal plans in the beginners group. 2 reasons: because they're learning how to do it. So they're given, they have the whole 30 days in the beginners group to learn how to meal plan. All right. I do tips. I show my meal plan every week. So they have the whole 30 days of the beginners group to learn how to meal plan. By the time you get into the graduates group, you should already know how to do that. So you need to, I need to see it. Because a lot of the reason I require that is because a lot of the times when the group is over, if people haven't had the results that they want, or they weren't full in, I want to now know what you're eating, because I'm not going to let you come out of this second 30 days without guaranteed results. And the only way I can do that is if you show me what you're eating. And then also I want people to be able to meal plan so that when they do become a coach, they can help other people meal plan. So I wish I had my meal plans right here. So yeah, it needs to be a written out Monday through Friday, breakfast, lunch, snack, lunch, dinner, written out. This is what I'm having each week. Someone asked, do I require a challenge pack to be in my groups? Yes. The whole first year of my business, I did not. I let anybody and everybody into my groups. But after the first year, I stopped doing that, and I do require a challenge pack. 2 reasons. One, I was running into cross promotion. People drinking Vasalis and, go into the gym or, whatever. And then they were all talking up their stuff, and then other people were going and buying that stuff and not buying challenge packs from me. Second thing, people were less likely to participate if they didn't have something they were committed to. I got tired of running groups that had low participation. So if you want in my groups, if you want me to help you, everything I do as a coach is absolutely free. But to get in my group, you have to buy a challenge pack. And I have yet to run a low participating group since I've made the requirements.
Do you require full Shakeology and workout program, or have you done like a one where you require just, or you'll let them in with just a fitness program?
I will occasionally let them in with just one or the other, but I do not advertise that. I advertise that you have to have both. But I have people who have joined who said, well, I've already got Insanity, or I've already got Geo. Can I just get Shakeology? Yes. Or, I can't afford Shakeology this month, but I have this program. Yes. But then to get into the graduates group, you have to have both. Period. But like I said, I don't advertise that you can have one or the other. I advertise that you have to have both to get into my group. And I even say that the only requirement to get in my group is that you have Shakeology and a Beachbody fitness program. If they've already got them both at home, they have to create a free account with me. I don't coach anyone who is not my customer. Because there again, this is my business and everything I do is for free. If you want my help, then you need to be my customer.
Question, Courtney. What do you do when you find out somebody's in your group who's not your customer? Like somebody added them to, I think it was our free group. Yeah, it was our free group. And we found out she was somebody else's customer. And I basically just told her, I'm sorry, I don't want to step on that coach's toes. I basically worded it like, if that coach isn't running challenge groups, you're welcome to switch to me or Sheena as your coach. Mm-hmm. But, and you need to choose who's a good match for you. But I guess she got hurt and posted in some mom's group about how I was rude to her, which I wasn't. I just said, you have to be either Sheena or my customer to be in our group. Yeah. Would have you done the same thing, or would have you worded it different?
No, I would have said the same thing. I'm really glad. I hope you enjoyed the group. I hope that you enjoyed what I did as a coach. If you want to continue in the groups with me, I do ask that you be my customer. If you don't want to change coaches, that's okay. I understand. And if your coach isn't helping you, then, you may need to reach out to her and ask for help. If she's unwilling to help you, then I am willing to help you, but I do require you to be my customer to be in my groups. There again, because everything I do is free. And I say that to people all the time. Everything I do is free. All the questions I answer, all the meal plans I post, everything that I do to help you stay on track, I do for free. But you have to be my customer. And people are okay with that.
Well, and I saw in this 21-day fixed recipe group that one coach was charging a $10 fee to get in her challenge group, but then she was giving it away whoever lost the most. She split it between whoever lost the most weight and inches. At first I was like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. But then at the second thought, I was like, well, they're getting a prize at the end for, and if you have 10 people in the challenge group, each person weight and inches could have lost $150. But Beachbody probably looks down on that. So
I would have to read policy and procedures and check with compliance on that before I offer something. Because I know that we're not supposed to gift our customers any more than $10 or something. So I would be afraid to do that. But there again, when I have gifted for winning the little challenges, it's small things, non-expensive things.
Yeah, I do packets of Shaco and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about leaning away from not adding more people to the free group and just basically saying, if you want in our groups, you have to buy a challenge pack.
Mm-hmm. It really did make a difference in my business. And I'll tell you this, that I have not made Success Club doing that. The 1 month that I didn't make Success Club is because I just didn't push for it. It wasn't from lack of people. I just didn't advertise really that month. But yeah, I mean, if they want in, then, but see, that also goes back to you as a coach, though. Like, people they're investing in me. They're like, the challenge pack is not the issue. They're investing in me. So them committing to purchasing a challenge pack is based off of, I'm going to help them. If you are not a consistent poster, if you're not showing people, the value in you and what you do through your Facebook, it's going to be a lot harder to require a challenge pack. But these people come to me and ask for my help based off of what they see me doing on Facebook. So when I say, I'm totally happy to help you, the only thing I require is a challenge pack. Okay, great. What do I got to do? And they do it. And the ones who are not ready to invest, they don't. But then they come back the next month. It really does come down to a confidence thing. If you are not confident in your ability to help these people, and if you're not showing them that, they're going to see that, and they're not going to feel confident about spending $140 with you. If you walk around like you are the best Beachbody coach there is, and I have something to give you, I have something that is valuable to you, they're going to be more likely to invest that money and not give you, the money objection if they feel like they're truly getting something for their money. Another thing is, when people ask me what all's included in the challenge pack, the fitness program, Shakeology, access to my group, Beachbody website, all of those things, that's all part of the price of the challenge pack. So it's not just the fitness program and Shakeology that they're getting for, $140, $160, $180. They're getting you as a coach. So I say that. Me as your coach. And I put exclamation points and like smiley faces, like, me as your coach, access to my groups. Any other questions? Do you guys have issue with participation in your groups? Slow going? Yeah.
I've been PMing, sorry, Tinkerbell's on in the background, but I've been PMing maybe every 3 to 5 days, and not like, hey, why aren't you posting? But I've just been saying, hey, just wanted to make sure you're doing okay. Had any questions or need recipe ideas? How's your eating going? What Shakeology recipe did you use today?
Do that in the group.
Huh?
Do it in the group. Don't private message them. Call them out in the group.
Okay.
You know whose face I miss? I miss Aaron Shue's face. Where you at, girl? What's happening with you? I call them out. Like, where are you at? You signed up. I'm here to help you. You're not letting me help you, so I'm going to call you out. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, here I am.
And then if they don't answer, then do you PM them, or you're just like, screw you if they don't answer?
Depends. Depends on the person, depends on their goals, depends on a lot of things. But yeah, I do try and follow up with them and just see, where they're at. But if they're one of the repeat people, like they've got their challenge pack, they show up for the group every time, but then they fall out, then, I'm done with the private messaging. I've done what I can do. I'm doing my part. I can't do your part also. But if it's a new person, then yeah, I'll call them out in the group, and if still nothing, then I'll private message them, make sure they're okay. And there's even days where I'll post in the group, we have 36 people in our group, but for the last week, I've only seen 5 of you. Who are we missing? Tag the people we're missing. Tag the faces you miss. And I'll get other people to tag them. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, what happened to Brittany? And they'll tag her. And then that shows, the support. It's a community thing. It's not just me trying to drag a whole bunch of people. It's other people who are, they're all supporting each other. Make it a family thing. Chelsea's groups are really fun. Like, I know her face is up turned bright red. Chelsea does videos. She does funny videos for her in her challenge groups, and her people love them. Like, she talks with a British accent and cracks jokes, and her groups respond really well to those videos. One day I'll get her to post one in Inspired Belief. Anything that you can do to make it fun. People like the challenges. People like fun. Does anybody do something in their group that's different other than just posting a guide? Anybody making videos, or anybody doing challenges or call outs or anything that can help?
I've done some videos. That's about it.
What do you do in your
But
videos?
I'm not afraid to call anybody out for sure. I call everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bother me.
What do you say in your videos, Steph?
The very first day that I start, I just make a video kind of like, not like introducing myself. I mean, they know me, but kind of give them my story, how I started, and to let them know that participation is huge, because it is. But I look at the very first group that I was in with you, and to me, that was a rocking group. I mean, it was. And that's what I want every group that I have to be like. But they're not all like that. But that's why I do that in the very beginning. I just kind of, make it to where participation is huge. If you don't participate, I tell them, I'm like, I'm going to call you out, and we support each other. I do that in the beginning. And then I have made, it's kind of hard though, because if my challenge group is, majority here lately has been 21 Day Fix people. And if it is, if I know that they're like thumbing through stuff, or like they have questions and they're sending me messages, I made a video like about container questions or whatever, like I'm keep getting questions about, I will show them, I guess, is what I do.
Perfect.
So, and that's been helpful. I guess that's about it. And then I'll make a video like near the end, especially like the second week if we're doing a 21 day, and I'm like, okay, you're going into your, last week. I want you to push hard and give me all you got. And this month, this group has been awesome. I have an awesome group this month. But it's not like that every time. There's times where I'm literally feel like there's crickets in the background.
Yeah.
But it's worked for me. The videos have really been helpful since I started doing that. I started doing that in my December group, and I liked it. Like, they seemed to like it too, and got pretty good response from it. So I decided to do it this month too.
What about before pictures? Do you guys have a hard time getting them to post their before pictures in the group? Mm-hmm. Something I've started doing is when I have found that when I post my before pictures, well, of course I have my transformation now, so it's like, well, yeah, no problem for me to post my pictures. So instead, I've been posting my very first before pictures. My very first, right after the baby was born, like the picture y'all see in my cover photo. I post those pictures and the measurements that I had then, to show them that everybody starts somewhere. Because, yeah, it's easy for me to post my before pictures now, and then that's like intimidating to the women who are just starting out. So, I find that helps them some. And then I also have made it a requirement, and I let them know that up front. Like, you're required to post your before pictures. And it's tough, but they do it.
Do you have a hard time keeping up with everybody though? Because I've been doing 2 groups too, and I just feel like I'm everywhere.
Yeah, it does get a little tough, but I've decided, like last time when I was doing it, it did get tough, but I am developing a system this time, and I'm going to use my marker boards. I'll have a group 1 and a group 2 list of people on my marker boards so that I won't forget, basically who all's in there and, what they're doing. So I'm going to try and do that in like a tally type thing, just to keep tabs on who's posting, who's participating, who's in what group, who's new, who's not new, all those things. But now I will go through the members list and just scan and be like, ooh, she hasn't done anything in a while. Call her out.
What I do too is I have made an Excel spreadsheet. It took me a little while, but I can post it in the group because it's kind of hard to explain, but I have everything color coded and I have everyone listed if they're in a challenge group, yes or no. And, if they're one of my leads, it's all like really organized because I felt the same way. I was like, I cannot keep track of all these people. But I also have limited my groups to 20 people. And then if it gets over 20, I'll just open a new group. Because I find that for me, the bigger groups, people fall off a lot easier rather than the small groups. I think they're held more accountable. So that's what's been working for me. Limit it to 20 people and then just open a new one. Like right now I have, I'm about to have 3 groups going. But it just seems easier for me to do it that way.
Well, I was going to type all that. Are you an emerald, Danielle?
Who, me?
Yes.
No, I'm 1 star.
No, I'm talking about personality.
Oh.
Because you said Excel words or Excel spreadsheet and my stomach dropped.
And I'm usually not like that. Like, I am not an organized person, but I had to find something because I was losing my mind. Like, I was just like, I don't know who this person is. And I'm just being honest. So I basically exported my customer list into Excel, and that's how I did it. I mean, it took me a couple days. I went down the entire list, and like for all of my leads, I found them on Facebook, and I friend requested them. And so I don't know. It just seems to work for me. I know it doesn't work for everyone, but that's another option.
That's holy moly. That's awesome.
All of us sapphires are like this. I like that though. I'm glad. Yeah, share that. Share that in our group so people can see that.
Yeah, I will. I'll post it. I'll post it in there.
Sheena asked when I was talking about them posting their before pictures. She said, "What if they still don't do it?" I will send them a private message and tell them, that it is a requirement. It's a commitment, and you agreed to the commitments and the requirements to be in the group. And I understand how scary it is. Trust me, like I know how scary it is. But that's also what it takes. Getting that uncomfortable is what it takes to move forward. Because if you hold on to that little fear, then that's going to keep you from progressing forward. Doing the most scary thing that you can think of, which is sharing your pictures, is what it's going to take to push you to actually commit and finish this group out. I've been doing this for 2 years, and that's my experience. So I can't make you do it, but you did agree to the requirements of this group.
And I also, if someone's like super uncomfortable, I will just like, okay, you need to message me your pictures. Just send me your pictures one way or another. So, because I know a lot of people, especially if they're just first starting, like, they're very self-conscious and stuff.
I started that too, the sending me pictures, but then everybody was sending me the pictures and nobody was posting them in the group. So then I was like, you know what? If you want to be in my group, you got to do the requirements. I'm finding myself getting tougher and tougher, but I also find my people having better results. So it's like, do it. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, come back next month. We'll try again. But I'm going to do what?
If they put the results out there for like on the challenge group, I think it does make them push harder, because if they see Sally or whoever pushing hard and their results is good, then, and you can only, I think putting it out there in front of everybody to see makes them push harder.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The smallest group I've ever run, 5 to 6, 8. The largest group I've ever run, oh Lord, it got out of control, but there were close to 60 people in there. That was ridiculous. Yeah, run it with your 4. As long as you have 3 or more, you can run a group. Yourself and 2 other people can be a group. It's up to you on what you feel like you can handle. But you need to at least have 3 people. You and 1 other person isn't a group. It's a couple.
So if you have other coaches in the group with you, would that be okay, do you think?
Well, yeah. If it's just you and 2 other coaches, and if you don't have any customers, like, just run it with coaches. I think
No. If I'm running a group, but I have some of my coaches that are getting people, and we're kind of running it all together, so it makes it more people in the group.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I need to work on, is I'm bad about like posting everything, and I need to kind of like make sure that my coaches, put their share into it.
Right. Another thing that I've started trying to do is only checking into the group 3 times a day. First thing in the morning, post the assignment or the motivation for the day, whatever. And then partway through the day, answer questions, and then in the evening, answer questions. Done. Because when the groups get large, it can go. There's questions all day long, and if you're trying to answer every single question all day long, you are glued to your business. And to be effective and efficient, you need to have working hours. So if you feel the need to answer every question every single time, let the group know. I check into the group these times of the day. So if I don't answer your question right off, don't freak out. Your question will get answered. But then that's when it's also helpful to have training coaches with you, or apprentice coaches that can help answer, or combine with another coach. Like, if you only have 3 people to run a challenge group, find one of your other coaches that are in the group, that are in our thing, and run it together. And then they're 3 people and you're 3 people. Now you got a nice group and you're both running it. Because the challenge
I feel like I have to reply on everybody like that's their workout in, or their meal or whatever. I feel like I have to, like, oh, good job, way to go. Do you do that to every single solitary person?
I
just feel like I have to, but I really want to I don't know what to do.
I like the stuff so that they'll know that I've seen it and acknowledged it, but I don't feel it necessary to comment on every single thing that's posted. That would be unreal. I like every single thing that's posted in there so that they know that I've seen it and it's acknowledged. If I feel it necessary, like if it needs a reply, if it needs, if it's something that needs congratulating, then great. But just because they posted their workout pic for the day, like, good job. I don't feel like it's necessary for me to tell them good job every single day because they've gotten their workout in. That was a requirement of the group. That's like me telling you good job every single time you invite someone to a challenge group. That's your job.
If it makes you feel any better, Stephanie, I do it too. I do.
It does. I don't know why. I look at it as in, like, my challengers, they're supporting each other.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like as their coach, I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to have their back. So, I mean, I know, like, I know I said if it's like a workout picture, but if they said, even if it's like they had a struggle or something like that, then I will post, good job for turning down pizza at work versus something else. I mean, I understand like certain things like that may need a comment. But I feel like every time they post something, I have to go, way to go, good job.
And you can do that. I mean, these are your groups. You can run your groups however you want to run your groups. You don't have to run your groups the way I do.
Yeah, but I'm not going to have any hair if I keep doing that.
And then that's where you have to come up with your own system. And you have to be okay with it.
I have a hard time getting my challengers to comment on other challengers' things where I want them to be a community. They don't. It's like they talk to me and they're just posting their stuff in the group. And occasionally they'll like the other people's things, but they never comment. And I'm like, tell this person good job. They did a good job. And they don't.
Say it. Make a video about it.
Yeah.
We're here. We're a family. This is a support system, and let's support each other. I would like to see more participant involvement with each other, however you want to word it.
Right. Versus just going through and liking just because they put something on there. Mm-hmm.
Anything else at challenge groups? No. Tomorrow, I cannot wait to do the leaderboards tomorrow. You guys are putting up some crazy numbers. We have the highest team volume that we have ever had. Ever. Like 20,000 something team volume. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys are killing it. That's amazing. I love it. Love it. Everyone has checked their downlines. Everybody cool for Wednesday night? It's going to pull it up and see if it's gotten higher. Does anyone have anything they want to talk about? Anything they're struggling that doesn't have to do with challenge groups? Yeah, we're at 22,000 team volume. 13,000 on the left leg. 9,000 on the right leg. To get this many ready, please, your son. No. So that would go away. Log out. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still there?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's trying to make me leave, and I don't want to. Yeah, anybody struggling with anything? Have any questions about anything? Got their summit tickets? Like, they opened up 3,000 spots. Yeah, hotel rooms. They opened up a bunch of hotel rooms. Yeah, everybody's set. Anybody not going to summit? Yay, everybody's going. Good. All right, well, I'm going to stop recording now then.